Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. On April 15th, the first day of U.S. blockade measures against Iranian ports saw heightened diplomatic activity, as reported by Yahoo News. With Tehran threatening retaliation across the war-torn region, diplomats worked tirelessly on April 14th to coordinate new back-channel talks between the U.S. and Iran. U.S. President Trump indicated a second meeting could take place within 2 days, potentially in Islamabad. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres echoed this sentiment, stating the possibility of resumed talks was extremely high after discussions with Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister Ishaq Dar. Meanwhile, in Washington, a productive direct meeting occurred between the Israeli and Lebanese ambassadors, their first in decades. Israeli Ambassador Yehiel Leiter emphasized a shared goal of liberating Lebanon from Hezbollah. Lebanese Ambassador Nada Hamadeh Moa found the talks constructive but called for an end to the ongoing conflict between Iran-backed Hezbollah and Israel, which has displaced over 1 million people in Lebanon since March. Israel and Lebanon have been officially in a state of war since 1948, and internal opinions on diplomatic relations remain divided in Lebanon. NHK has learned that Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae is set to announce a significant financial support package totaling approximately $10 billion, aimed at strengthening the energy supply across Asia. This initiative will be unveiled on Wednesday at an online summit of the Asia Zero Emission Community, plus AZAC+, a framework that includes Japan and most ASEAN member states. The meeting itself is being convened amidst rising tensions between the United States and Iran concerning navigation through the critical Strait of Hormuz. The financial assistance, channeled through the government-affiliated Japan Bank for International Cooperation and other institutions, has multiple objectives. Firstly, it seeks to enable Asian nations to smoothly procure crude oil from the United States and other sources. Secondly, Tokyo hopes this support will help maintain manufacturing bases in Asia for vital products like medical gloves and plastic items used in dialysis, ensuring a stable supply of these goods to Japan. Furthermore, Prime Minister Takaichi is expected to present a plan to help Asian countries adopt Japan's oil stockpiling and release systems, thereby enhancing overall oil reserves in the region. Al Jazeera reports that South Africa has appointed Roelf Meyer, a prominent figure in the negotiations to end apartheid, as its new ambassador to the United States. This move is seen as an effort by Pretoria to improve strained relations with Washington following a turbulent year. The previous South African ambassador, Ebrahim Rasool, was expelled by U.S. President Donald Trump in March 2025 due to criticism of the Make America Great Again, MAGA, movement. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio publicly accused Rasool of being a race-baiting politician. Tensions further escalated in 2025 when Trump froze most foreign assistance to South Africa over its legal action against Israel at the International Court of Justice and a controversial land expropriation law. Trump also initiated a refugee program for white South Africans, claiming they faced government persecution. Meyer, 78, known for his negotiation skills, was a minister under the apartheid government and later joined the ANC in 2006. His appointment is expected to help normalize diplomatic ties. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi and his Russian counterpart Sergei Lavrov held talks in Beijing on Tuesday, where a primary topic of discussion was reportedly Russian President Vladimir Putin's planned visit to China later this year. According to China's foreign ministry, Wang Yi characterized the current international situation as violently turbulent and warned of increasing unilateral hegemony, referencing recent developments like the U.S. military operation against Iran. He emphasized the need for strategic cooperation between their countries on major international and regional issues. Russia's foreign ministry confirmed Lavrov's full agreement, noting his shared concerns, citing events in Venezuela and the Middle East. Both sides exchanged opinions on preparations for a China-Russia summit within the year, which Lavrov had previously confirmed. Russia's state-run TASS news agency reported Putin intends to visit China in the first half of 2026, while a Hong Kong media outlet suggested a visit might occur soon after Donald Trump's scheduled trip to Beijing in May. This news comes from NHK. Al Jazeera reports that U.S. military forces have killed 4 more people in a recent strike on a vessel in the eastern Pacific Ocean. This incident marks the 4th deadly U.S. strike on vessels in the region within the past 4 days. U.S. Southern Command, SOUTHCOM, claimed the individuals killed were narco-terrorists, citing unspecified intelligence. However, international legal experts and human rights groups have condemned these attacks, labeling them as extrajudicial killings in international waters, and alleged that some strikes have targeted civilian fishing boats. Critics argue that those involved in drug trafficking should face legal proceedings rather than deadly force. The effectiveness of the operation, initiated by U.S. President Donald Trump to combat Latin American cartels, is also being questioned, particularly as fentanyl, a primary justification for the campaign, is often trafficked overland from Mexico. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.